Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome back to
Poopy Bus Adventures. My name's Veda.
I'm Jeremiah.
It has been a little bit since we've posted any videos.
Yeah, like a long form video. It's been a minute. We still live in the bus. We post shorts and reels.
Yeah, we post shorts like at least a few times a week for the most part. So we just haven't been adventuring much or been up to much right now. During the summer, we've just been staying at some families, getting some stuff done before we hit the road again.
Yeah, so we got new tires, new brakes.
What else was in there?
What else?
Something else. We got an oil. He did the oil change.
I changed the oil twice within a couple weeks because I'm a ding dong. But it happens, and you know, you live and you learn.
These two said
stop
hi.
fighting. They're fighting for camera time. But we're getting ready to get back on the road.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some traveling again. We're going to Lost Lands. So if you're a Lost Lands fam, we will see you at Lost Lands. We're going to be parking a little bit away from it because it's a lot cheaper, and we'll just rent a car and drive in. But if you see us at Lost Lands, please come say hi. We're the best.
We're excited.
Yeah, we're the best at festivals. We will be chilling.
We will talk to people. That's the one time we'll be social, guys.
Yeah,
Just
we're like social butterflies when it comes to our festival lives. We love meeting new people and hanging out with people and just, you know, walking around, enjoying the shows. Yeah, we have a group of friends that we're going to be meeting there. We cannot wait to see them. It's been a long time since we've hung out with our friends.
Especially that group of friends, like the rave community. You know, ever since we left Florida, pretty much, like, we don't see any of them anymore, so. Yeah,
and we pretty much only get to see them at raves now or festivals. So we're super excited to see all of our friends again, especially my brother. But yeah, so we're getting the bus ready for the road.
Yes.
And we're going to kind of walk you guys through stuff that we do. Yeah. How do we get it ready? Like, do we just pack up and leave? Is there certain things that we have to do?
Are there things that we look for? Are we looking at specific things, you know?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a road trip for most people.
Yeah.
But we live in our house. So the first thing that we have to do is what I'm going to get ready to do, which is climb up on the roof and clean our solar panels.
It's probably been like, since we've been here for the summer, probably like 3 or 4 months since we've cleaned the solar panels. So they definitely need a good cleaning. We do have separate like systems, multiple systems. So it hasn't been affecting us, but we do need to give them a nice clean.
Yeah, so we do need to make sure all of our systems are go. The bus battery is dead. It's been dead for like over a month.
Yeah.
But it does not affect our bus at all because our bus is chain linked to our house battery. So even though our bus battery is dead, our backup battery runs our bus. And because we get, you know, more than enough solar in a day, we don't have to worry about our bus ever running out of battery.
And we also do have like jumper cables that you can plug into a cigarette lighter. So we've got like our anchors. So we have multiple different options to start the bus just in case that didn't work also.
Yeah, and then we even have a battery charger.
We do. We have a battery charger too that we can plug into the
charge
anchors.
it. But again, it's not a big concern. But obviously, before getting on the road, these are things that you have to be aware of. What's working, what's not working, what's in shape, what's not in shape, what do we need, what don't we need.
We gotta get all the dirt dauber nests out of our engine.
Oh my gosh.
At least they're dirt daubers and not rats or mice. Luckily, thank goodness, knock on wood, we have not had that issue yet. I would rather
mammals.
I'd rather deal with bugs or anything else than a mammal in here.
No mammals in the bus. We've run into a lot of spiders, but
I mean,
we'll only squish them if they come close. Otherwise, they're free to hang out,
and
free rent.
Eat the flies and other crap that gets in here.
Keep other stuff out. But if you get too close, we will squish you.
Yep. If you fall on my bed at night, I would squish you. Sorry.
Yeah, if you're crawling over us at night, sorry, but you get the splat. But yeah, let's get to it. I'll see you guys up on the roof.
All right.
Hey y'all. So I'm back. I'm gonna get to cleaning. We have a extension squeegee, and we're gonna use some. Is this regular Windex?
That's regular Windex. Yes.
Regular Windex. So a lot of people will say all sorts of things. Don't clean your panels with it. Don't clean your panels with that. Our solar panels, they're like a monocrystalline, which is a type of panel. Pretty much all solar panels have, you know, your solar cells, and then above it is a small layer of glass. So you just clean them normally. We're also not in a dusty environment. We're in Alabama right now. So even though we haven't cleaned our panels in probably 6 months, there's almost nothing on them right now. Like, I'll show you guys real quick.
It's like usually when we're in the desert, we have to clean them at least once a week.
Yeah, but everything is looking pretty nominal up here. You can see there's like a thin layer of dust, but again, it's not the same as being out in like Arizona where you really do need to clean your rig weekly just from the amount of dust and stuff.
It's like, what was the one day when we did like a test run and we ended up getting like in almost 100 more watts after we cleaned them off?
Oh yeah, we were doing that, and then we were also doing the test I was doing was, does it work
Oh, if you chill them,
if I cool down the panels? Because your panels have a operational temperature that a lot of people aren't aware of. Solar panels get really, really hot, obviously, because they're absorbing a lot of the sunlight and then turning that into energy for your battery to use. But they have a nominal working temperature, which is about, I think it's like 75 degrees. We'll put the correction on the screen. But once they start going past that temperature, so if they start getting really, really hot or really, really cold, they don't transfer that energy as efficiently, which is number one, why you want to keep your panels clean, because you can make sure that there's no broken stuff, everything's working the way it's supposed to. And then number two, if you can, if it's a really, really, really hot day and you have like a spritzer, just maybe once every couple hours at like peak daylight time, just spritz your panels down, maybe wipe it down with a wet cloth if they're easy enough to get to, because once they're at that nominal working temperature, I took notes. We were getting anywhere, because we have 400 watts. So at most we get in between like 320 and 350, like a peak time. But if you're trying to eke out that little bit more, like another, if you have like 1,000 watts, this might get you another 60, 70, 80, maybe even 100 extra watts for an hour. If you can just get out and wet them and cool the panels down just a little bit, because you drop that temperature and it allows for that room to gain you more energy. Not really super effective with low wattage panels like us. Like we saw anywhere from like a 20 to 40 watt gain from keeping the temperature down, which can be significant if you're using a lot of energy over the course of a day. I don't want this to fall on me. But yeah, it can be pretty significant if you have, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 watts and you churn through your power a lot. You could possibly set up a sprinkler system that wets your panels down. If you're living off the grid, that is something that I was thinking about once we get our homesteading, is having a sprinkler system that wets our panels at peak times of the day for, 2 to 5 minutes of just getting them wet, and then in an hour getting them wet again, and then in an hour getting them wet. Just like some system to cool down my panels, throughout the day at peak times. Because if you're gonna get in, 600, 700, 800 watts, it's a little better to get, 8, 9, 1,000 watts in that same time. So yeah, but again, we're just going up here, cleaning our panels, making sure everything looks good. Visually, everything looks good. They're not getting in a lot of solar. Let's check our Renogy app real quick.
We'll take a baby break while he's checking. Hello, Vera. She's like, hello, guys. And just a bubby here. Oh, the babies. The crazy babies.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It says we're getting in 16 watts right now.
That's it. Is our battery at 100%?
Our battery is at 100%.
Okay.
So it might be due to that. I mean, I still feel like that's a little weird.
Yeah, it's like 12 o'clock here. We should definitely be
we're getting
in.
peak sunlight right now. Like it is coming straight down, but whatever. I'm gonna go up, clean the panels, then we'll check back in a little bit and let you guys know some other things that we do to get the bus ready for the road.
Yep, that's it for this one.
Peace.
Bye. Hello, everyone. We're back. So we are getting the bus ready to go. Jeremiah was talking about what he does with the bus. And for me, I've already done the dishes for the most part, besides a few spoons in there. But the main thing is like cleaning the sink area, just because we don't have access to water as often once we're on the road. So right now we do, so I can clean everything as good as possible and all that. So I did heat up some water. I boiled some water. So I'm going to be just pouring it down the sink. Again, I already cleaned the sink for the most part. The boiling water is just to get, I'll show you guys down here. just to get it through our PVC pipe. I guess that's what you would call that. Sometimes the food does get stuck up in here and it does get a little gross, even though we have a catcher that catches everything and we do throw it away. But, you know, not everything is going to get caught in there. There's a few pieces of little food here and there that gets caught. So I was just cleaning it. And then usually I will take everything from the counter. So all of the stuff that you see up here, all of these here, everything on here, all of this goes inside the sink or on the bed when we're moving, because any little bump here and there will send it flying across the room. Also, I usually clean the bus as well. We do all of the laundry, so all of the bedding has just been washed. We've got several blankets there, sheets. Look at the bubby, he's so sleepy and cute. And the wangles. And then I do wash this too. This has like, I made this, it's a memory foam. My aunt sewed the thing up for us so we don't get it like dirty, just because we had a sheet on it before and it was getting pretty dirty. So we washed all of that. I typically vacuum the floor, and we don't have a mop anymore just because we never used it, because clearly we don't have a lot of space to mop. So I just spray it with the spray and then wipe it up with a rag, and that's it. And then up here as well, it's a mess up here right now. We usually will take all of this, the toilet, all of this stuff is gonna go in the back and just sit in the floor back here. That's the bad thing about living in a small space. When you move, everything has to like be in your way for a few hours while you're driving. We just kind of deal with it and then we put it back where it goes after we get where we're going. Wangles, what are you doing? You saying hi? But yeah, usually that's what I do to get everything ready. And then, not gonna lie, we do drug up her little butt right there because she doesn't like riding in the bus just because it's noisy and everything. So she gets a little bit of medicine and goes to sleepy. But that's typically what I do to get the bus ready.
All right, so we've talked about the solar. We've talked about how we clean the bus to get it ready for the road.
Yes.
We talked about some things while we were talking about that stuff. The big thing that I think a lot of people don't think about is groceries, which obviously, you know, we need food to eat.
Yeah.
But the big thing is we get mostly like yogurt, snacks, things like that when we're about to leave.
So stuff that will last a few weeks, you know, chips, all stuff that's not gonna go bad immediately, that we don't have to cook immediately.
Yeah, so like snack foods, quick to eat foods we'll get before we leave, but we don't typically get like meat or perishables until we get where we're going.
Fruit.
Because you never know what might happen between here and there. Like we might get a bunch of meat and stock up, and then we get to like the next camping spot and it's not open, and then we have to go to another one and it's not open, and then we get to another one and you can't have an open flame, and it becomes like a whole thing. And you never want to kind of box yourself into a situation where you just spend a bunch of money on food and then you can't even eat it. So typically we'll kind of get to where we're going, get our meats, and then cook it either that day or the next day and have like a big cook day.
Yeah. So like another thing I was gonna say is like, or if the weather's not good, because usually when we're cooking meat, we like to cook it outside on the Coleman and not inside, just because it does stink up the bus a lot. Even with the fan on and a window open, it stinks up the bus. So we do typically like to cook it outside. So sometimes it might be raining, it might be snowing, and we might not be able to. So that's another reason we like to just wait until the last second to get those items.
Yeah, and then the last thing we wanted to talk about was the exterior of the bus. It's a little hot out, so we're just going to talk about it inside the bus.
Yeah. So typically one of the first things that we do is check our tires.
Visual inspection.
Yeah, like look at them, make sure they don't look flat, anything like that. Visually inspect the front of the bus, the back of the bus, like get underneath the bus, double check everything. And then next would be engine. You check like our coolant and everything like that.
Yeah, check to make sure you have windshield wiper fluid, make sure that, you know, your oil looks good. If you don't know how to do anything like that, Google is really helpful.
YouTube.
You don't have to call anybody. There are so many helpful videos. I learned how to change the oil just from watching a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And then it took me like 15 minutes.
And then the next time it was even quicker when you had to do it.
Yeah, the second time I had to do it, it was even better. And I was like, oh, this isn't like, I thought you had
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. It'll take you at most to go get oil, come back, drain it, and plug it.
Like an hour?
Like an hour at most to change your own oil.
Yeah.
And then the next time, it'll take you half an hour. And then the next time it'll probably take you 15 minutes.
15 minutes, literally.
Because you'll be prepared. But, you know, we got into arguments with people online about saying this lifestyle is about being self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And there's some things that you can't do, which is totally okay. If you don't know how to do it, you can go pay someone to do it for you. Don't feel bad. This lifestyle is what you make it. So don't let people online
tell you how
you're supposed to live your life.
It is how you want it to be. We chose to live in a bus because we wanted to live in a bus, not because other people wanted to live in a bus.
We're not doing this to like prove a point. We're not doing this to say, you know, screw the government. We're not doing this to say we're better than you or look at how we live. We're doing this for us, for our own reasons that, you know, it just is what it is. We like it.
We want to do it. That's it.
We just want to. There's no greater message.
It's been a year so far, and we don't plan on, you know, going back to a normal house or anything like that, going back to our normal lives, you know?
Yeah, this is normal now. The dogs love it. We love it. You know, we hang out inside of a bus all day. I don't need...
We get to go wherever we want with our house.
And we can leave whenever we want. We can go to the next spot whenever we want. We can come back here whenever we want.
Yeah.
But,
back
to
outside.
Outside the bus. We also, so after our visual inspection, so we inspect the tires, we inspect, you know, you inspect all your windows, make sure everything is looking good. You inspect any nooks and crannies. So our windows have little rain guards over all the windows. Check up in there for spiders, wasps, hornet nests, anything like that. We still have our stop sign on the outside too, which has a metal casing that has a hole in it. And we had a wolf spider move up in there, a big boy.
Yep.
And I had to go take care of that. So we got...
My arm was hurting, guys.
We got the wolf spider taken care of, but that is a thing. So double check nooks and crannies for bugs or things that you don't want to come with you. Like Veda had mentioned earlier, in the front of the bus in the engine bay, there are a bunch of dirt dauber nests. So I had to go up there and knock them all out because we've been parked for so long.
Go lay down.
Another thing we do is we'll turn the bus on every couple days just to have it run for 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just make sure it sounds good. You know, keep the engine, keep the fluids moving, all that good stuff. We're going to go check our stowaway, make sure it's locked in place, make sure that the back of it is locked, make sure our license plate is visible.
We do have to move the license plate, speaking of that.
Yeah. So we got to make sure our license plate is visible. At night, we're going to do running lights to make sure all of our running lights are working, make sure all of our lights, our headlights, everything is working the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are all super important lessons that you learn over time. And we're happy to share them with you so you can kind of expedite your process.
Yeah. But I think that was it for like how we get the bus ready and how we get ready to hit the road and everything like that.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, anything down below, let us know. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment. Apparently we have to say this for YouTube to recommend our videos.
Yes.
We'll have more videos coming soon, especially for our trip to Lost Lands. We'd love to share that with you guys.
We're gonna have lots of stuff from there.
Yeah,
it might not be like long form content on this camera, but we'll definitely have a lot of like shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so tons more content because we're actually gonna be on the road traveling. We're gonna go look for some land and see if we can't do our own homesteading.
Yeah. So we'll take you along with us, guys.
Yep.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.